Good day, fellow adventurers. Today we will go on a trip in this one act where everyone definitely won't get eaten by sharks. Be warned, the sharks are fond of strobe lights, so be prepared to see flashing lights, and please, silence your cell phones. We'd hate to alert any sharks of the presence of an audience. We clear on the risk of this excursion? Good. Now please, sit back, relax, and enjoy this one act.
Serial killers lurking in the deep with a frenzied lust for human flesh is simply fiction.
Indeed. The truth is, the shark were to ever attack you, the safety of the sea lion and other marine life.
And those attacks happen rarely, my child. A mere 6 people were killed by sharks last year. 6!
Indeed, there were 20 times as many deaths by dog bites during that same stretch.
The sober truth is, human beings massacre over 100 million sharks of varying species each year.
Indeed, along with ding dong, the set frontiers, Isabel. The question is, should you be frightened of the sharks, or should the sharks be frightened of you?
If you jump in, I'll buy you another pony.
Oh, here I come. Oh, heavens of Betsy, I'm positively jubilant.
My daughter's looking on the ocean and Daniel. Can you take a photograph?
Naturally. Jump on the count of 3, Isabel.
1, 2, 3.
Terrifying, isn't it? Lulled into a false sense of security by your vaguely British parents. Forced to jump into the open mouth of a carnivorous sea hellion. Has this common scenario ever happened to you, sweet Bonnie?
Golly, I can't say it has.
It will. Oh, it will. Because there are 3 certainties in this life: taxes, death, and specifically, death by shark. Thanks, chaps. Hi, I'm Adventure Dan, famed explorer of 4 major oceans, 3 major continents, if you include Hawaii. Proud owner of a luxury new timeshare in Mexico, and certified expert in death by shark.
Certified?
What's that, sweet Bonnie?
Well, you said you're a certified expert in death by shark. Who's certified?
Ha! 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 That's my body. Now, I may be a famed explorer, but over the next 30 minutes, I will be your tour guide. Your tour guide of what not to do if you don't want to get eaten by sharks.
I thought everyone got eaten by sharks.
Eventually, yes. But with my help, you can put off that day for as long as possible.
Sounds perfect.
Perfect is exactly how I describe my new timeshare in Mexico. Speaking of, would you happen to have any interest in a terrific part-time real estate opportunity, sweet Bonnie?
Not really.
Ha! 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 That's my body. So, friends, if you truly want to delay being devoured by ungodly demon fish, here is my first piece of expert advice. Don't go surfing on a forbidden beach.
Don't do it, Yanni. The forbidden wave has never been surfed.
Then let me be the first.
The natives say it's insurmountable.
You think I care what the neighbors say? Once our marriage was called insurmountable. But just like I overcame this forbidden love, I will overcome this forbidden wave.
Be careful.
Look, he's catching the forbidden wave. Look, he's getting eaten by sharks.
Candace, do you see what happens to those who surf the forbidden wave?
You must not follow Yanni into oblivion.
Nay, I shall flourish where you fail.
The natives say it's insurmountable.
You think I care what the natives say? I must serve for the honor of our people. My homecoming will not be filled with shame and disappointment, but with glory, glory.
Candace, be careful.
Look, she's catching the forbidden wave.
Look, she's up on her board. She's right. Oh, she got eaten by sharks. Why? Why?
If these two fearless surf warriors were both defeated by the forbidden wave, then you, Dory, you with inferior skills stand not a chance. You must not follow them into certain death.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna.
Sheathe your foolish pride. Can you not see? All who have come before you have been consumed by sharks.
I've noticed the pattern, and I'm good. I'm definitely not gonna surf the forbidden wave.
The natives say it is insurmountable.
What natives? We're on Long Island.
Those guys were in Minnie's Bagel Palace.
Very well, so you must, but there is nothing I can say to convince you otherwise.
No, I'm convinced. I'm so convinced.
But if you insist upon this heroic feat, do not fail me. Bring honor to our village.
You mean Boston?
Dory, be careful.
Look, she's catching the forbidden wave.
Look, she's up on her board. She's riding it.
She's achieved what never before has been achieved.
Let us forever remember this day. The day when a simple little girl from Boston proved to the world that the true heart of... Oh, she got eaten by sharks. Golly, Adventure Man, those poor surfers kept getting eaten by sharks.
It's true. Here's a scary statistic. 80% of all surfers get 100% eaten by sharks. 70% of the time, 100% of the time.
That's some real sketchy science.
Oh, you think that's sketchy? What about engineering genetically modified super sharks?
What about it?
It's exactly what you shouldn't do if you don't want to get eaten by genetically modified super sharks.
Esteemed colleagues, today we have successfully engineered genetically modified super sharks. As I stand upon the rim of this shark tank, I think of all the untold real-life applications for the hyper-intelligent beings that swim below. For example, they could, Hans?
Retrieve golf balls from courses with underwater obstacles, Nendo.
Exactly. But with their increased intelligence must come our increased precaution. For the last thing we want is for one of us to fall into their fall into their clutches. Which is why I must implement a series of safety procedures. You see, before we can release these intelligent subjects into the world, to make it a better place by, Hans?
Cleaning the outsides of underwater windows. Mind them.
Exactly. But we must keep this laboratory pristine. For if there was even one small drop of grease next to the tank, we could risk one of our researchers slipping into deadly waters. We must not have the super sharks distracted. They must stay devoted to their true purpose, their noble purpose, the purpose for which we designed them, which is, of course, to, Hans?
Perform dental surgery on other genetically modified sharks.
Exactly. But in the meantime, these super sharks will take any opportunity to eat us. So in the interest of safety, kindly clear the workspace of any black ice. Oh my gosh, how did black ice get in this inorganic laboratory? Oh my god, I gotta focus the black ice. Oh my god! Because a safe work environment is a productive work environment. Questions? Oh, and be wary of the tunnels.
Tunnels, my doctor?
Yes, these super sharks are so hyper-intelligent, they're capable of digging tunnels under their tanks in order to escape and eat prey. Oh, you know what? Shoot.
Jeepers, adventure man. Seems like those intelligent scientists weren't very intelligent.
You know what does sound intelligent? 2 weeks a year in a beautiful new timeshare. Speaking of, how's your investment portfolio looking these days, sweet Bonnie?
I'm not.
That's a no.
Wait, are you trying to offload your bad real estate investment on a minor?
That's my body. Another surefire way to be prematurely eaten by sharks is to go sea kayaking with meat paddles. Which is why, in my expert opinion, I would advise that you never go sea kayaking with meat paddles.
So Tom,
Yes, Marjorie?
are we sea kayaking with meat paddles?
We...
Sea kayaking with meat paddles.
When?
Right now, right at this very moment.
That's an oddly specific question. Why do you ask?
Because if we are in fact sea kayaking with meat paddles, I think it should be acknowledged.
Well, this is a complicated inquiry. On one hand, we are most certainly sea kayaking.
Certainly, to deny a person sea kayaking would be folly in the highest order.
But as to your second charge, which was...
With meat paddles.
With meat paddles, yes. Well, it's conceivable the paddles are made of meat. However, they could be made of a different substance entirely. Without further examination, there's really no proof either way.
Say, Tom,
Yes, Marjorie?
are we dragging behind us the carcass of a dead sea lion? A dead sea lion, are we dragging him behind us?
That's a peculiar question. Why do you ask?
Well, you see, Tom, I looked behind our sea kayak, and I observed the carcass of a dead sea lion.
I see.
And I observed a thin cable connecting said carcass to the door of the sea kayak.
Clear.
I agree, in conjunction with the meat paddles.
Alleged meat paddles.
Alleged meat paddles, sure. The two in conjunction would paint a picture that you're baiting sharks.
Now that's quite the accusation, Marjorie.
Do you deny it?
Vehemently. Although the sea lion carcass cable is clearly tied to my vessel, I see no evidence to suggest that I was the one to tie it. Marjorie?
I suppose not.
The meat paddles are clearly made of premium quality 100%.
So you admit it?
I admit the paddles are made of premium quality 100% meat. Not never mind. Really, Marjorie, your inference of my guilt in these matters is a stretch. With that, let us see kayak.
Say, Tom.
What, Marjorie? What is it?
Are we presently entering the fabled shark cove, the location with more predatory sharks than anywhere on Earth?
What makes you say that?
Well, we just passed a sign that said, "Welcome to fabled shark cove, the location with more predatory sharks than anywhere on
Enough!
Earth."
I clearly can hide my actions no longer. Yes, I've taken us to fabled shark cove with meat paddles while dragging behind the carcass of a dead sea lion. Yes, ma'am, Marjorie, I'm baiting sharks. Is that what you want to hear? Is it?
I just wanted it to be acknowledged.
Well, I acknowledge it. I did it all for you. I wanted you to think me the greatest man in the world. If I were to kill a shark with my bare hands, instead as a trophy, you'd fancy me your hero. A modern day Hercules.
Thank you for being honest, Tom. If I can be honest, Tom, I've heard that sharks are much cleverer than you give them credit for. In fact, I've heard they're capable of magnificent feats, at times picking their targets weeks in advance, tracking their prey's behaviors, predicting future hazards, and the like.
That seems unlikely.
It's very likely, Tom. Common even. In fact, I've heard at times they disguise themselves as humans and take their prey out to fabled shark cove,
So moving on. Here's some practical advice for you young lovers out there. You know that list of things your parents told you not to do on prom night? Well, let's add one more thing to that list. Night swimming. As in, please do not go night swimming after prom.
Thanks for taking me to the beach tonight. I think we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late though.
You're funny. So, wanna swim?
Now? With no lifeguard on duty?
Nervous?
No. Well, I mean, the beach is closed, and there was that riptide warning.
Oh my god, you're so funny.
I am?
Oh my god, yes.
Really? Because I've always been told I have literally no sense of humor.
Oh my god, stop. You're gonna make me pee.
Please don't be.
So, wanna swim?
Yes.
Ah, lovely day for a meal, all Reginald? Quite. Prom night always brings a bevy of deliciousness. Thanks for taking me to the beach tonight. I think we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, getting pretty late though.
You're funny. So, wanna swim?
2 meals on the way, gents.
Oh, go ahead, Zia. You've been waiting since tea time.
There's more than enough to share.
Oh, go on, eat up. Age before beauty.
Ooh, the curled grip pops up one early this year.
I've seen delightful, simply delightful.
Speaking of blooming early, my daughter, Alyssa, is fast becoming a woman.
Ah, yes, the joys and perils of fatherhood. How's the meat, love?
A bit heavy on the hormones.
If I may continue, old friend, it's come to my attention that my daughter, Elizabeth, has taken a liking to your eldest.
Your daughter has taken a liking to my eldest?
Your son, William.
Yes, she will miss you.
Good luck. My son is in his Lothario phase. She'd be lucky to tie him down with a harpoon to the chest.
My worry precisely.
Wow, are you sure you want to go night swimming? It's like so dark out.
Come on, babe. Don't you want a prom night to remember?
Your turn, gents.
Oh, go ahead, dear. As far as conversation goes, we're deep in a deep-sea trench.
Gentlemen, in the name of etiquette, I must insist.
Oh, please. Your etiquette is noted and appreciated. Now please don't let your perfectly good meals go to waste.
So, have you explained to your daughter the dangers of adolescent love?
To what dangers do you refer?
The adolescent heart plays tricks on the adolescent mind. Time and time again, fleeting fancy is confused for everlasting devotion.
True, adolescents have complicated faith.
Quite so, quite so.
I'm calling it quits for the day, gents.
Full already, my dear? I do say, your defiance of physics is astounding.
Oh?
You get older and older, yet your stomach continues to shrink.
Don't flirt with me, old man. I might just bite.
Here's the truth regarding your daughter. My son William may break her young heart, yes, he very well may, but isn't that what young hearts are meant to do? Break and then learn and then grow and then recover?
I suppose you've made a sense of it, old chap. After all, she's merely in high school. What's the worst thing that could happen?
Ooh, I've never done night swimming before. Are you sure it's safe?
If it was safe, it wouldn't be called a dam.
Now, friend, let's say we go into teenagers.
Oh, Reginald, that sounds delightful, simply delightful.
Adventure day. Certain sharks are so... Are you meditating?
Sorry, Bonnie. I didn't hear you. I was busy gazing at these glorious palm trees.
What palm trees?
My bad. For a minute I thought we were on the serene beaches of Mexico. Have you been?
I'm not buying you a timeshare.
How dare you? I was simply bantering.
Fine. I'll take the timeshare.
Really?
No!
How dare advice for you non-jerk faces in the audience. If you're ever on a pirate ship being circled by sharks, do not walk the plank.
Is it a motorboat? Or
Boy, sweet, sweet freedom.
Absolutely. Open hand and look. I didn't get to see what was in the box. Is it a pot-bellied pig? Or...
A metaphor for my indentured servitude.
You guys are a bunch of silly gooses. Can't you tell it's a...
Oh, shucks, Mr. Pooch. I didn't get to see what's in the box. Was it a baby lizard? Or...
Taunting me after what feels like a millennium of suburban life.
I know I shouldn't. But what if I was...
Hey, bro. Thanks for the good looks.
Jeepers! Aren't you glad you got that incredible piece of advice, sweet Bonnie?
To be honest, I'm running out of clock at this point. My mom is picking me up in 5.
Oh, interesting. And how is her investment portfolio? Ha! Ha! That's my Bonnie. Here's some more advice for you non-jerk faces in the audience. If you ever need to get surgery, don't enter an operating room with a shark surgeon.
Seriously?
Dead me seriously! And if you want to be extra careful, don't enter an operating room with a shark surgeon who just skipped breakfast.
Scalpel. Gauze. Baby sealant. Sealant. Sorry, I skipped breakfast this morning. And speculum. Suction. Sperm whale man. Sorry, sperm saw. Sternal saw. Saw or sternal? Sternal saw. Shouldn't have skipped breakfast this morning. Adrian Sea Lion? Okay, ma'am. Would you like me to get you some breakfast? No. I really don't mind. Well, if it's not too much trouble, what would you like? Apple. Oatmeal. Sealant. Sorry, baby seal. Sorry, surgery on the mind. No worries. Back in a jiff. Wait, hold on, come back. Ma'am? Well, I'm finally inside the patient's chest cavity, and their medical condition is painfully apparent. What is it, ma'am? It appears our patient has ingested shark eggs. Ingested shark eggs? Is that common? Well, and they hatched. And it's more common than you'd think. In fact, I did my thesis paper on just that phenomenon. And the real danger is that the shark books will imprint the first adult they come into contact with. How is that a danger, ma'am? Because when sharks imprint, they feed.
Curse you, baby sharks, you clever, conspiring beelzebubs.
That's your tan. What? What?
Protecting the lives of the innocent, that's what. Here's a list of all the lives I've saved. You can just add your name to the bottom there, sweet Bonnie.
Yeah, this says Mexican investment
You
paper.
can read?
Okay, wrap it up, Dan.
Do you know how to say wrap it up in Spanish? You would if you spent 2 weeks a year on the glorious beaches of...
Wrap it up, Dan!
All right, I see how it is. Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, for my final piece of advice for the evening, and I pray you take it as seriously as I take your safety and well-being. Sharks may lull you into complacency with their magnetic personalities and smoldering, irresistible good looks.
What?
But make no mistake, they crave your delicious human flesh above all else. Which is why, if you're ever extended an invitation to a shark dinner party, you must not accept.
That's where orthodontist.
It's funny because we're orthodontists, right?
No, it's funny because you're, sharks.
Okay, wow.
Not that there's anything wrong being,
Are you worried we eat you?
Heavens no! It's a joke.
Seems like your joke undermines the contributions of you-know-what have made to society.
Congress!
The PTA.
We are civilized adults, civilized.
You're right. We were being insensitive. Forgive us.
No, forgive us.
We have been known to get in touch. Defensive!
Oh my God, get it? Because fins, we have fins, because we're sharks.
Now that that's over, Armin, will you help me serve dinner?
No need. I'm already at the table.
Wow. Okay.
It's a joke. Just a stupid joke.
No, please, continue with your petty jest. Let them undermine the contributions us you-know-what have made to literature.
Nice dancing.
They come aboard.
Well, when I'm nervous, I make jokes.
Oh, so now we make you nervous. We are civilized adults, civilized.
You're right. He was making a harmless joke. It was apparently a more harmless joke. Forgive us.
No, forgive us. You're a guest. We shouldn't make you feel
Guilty.
get it? As in gills. Because we have gills. Because we're sharks.
Now that that's over, we're going to eat you.
Wow. Hey.
Kidding!
No, I was gonna say that's not the behavior of
Civilized adults!
Junior, Maribel, come downstairs for dinner.
And are your little tykes as civilized as your parents?
Gosh, no! They're savages.
And there you have it, sweet Bonnie. 8 incredible pieces of advice on how not to get eaten by sharks. Thank me with a hug.
I am not touching you.
Buy my timeshare.
Never! Your advice has been nothing but misinformed slander, accusing a quickly becoming endangered species of made-up criminal activity. Now, I don't know what you have against sharks, but something tells me that it has to do with that silly little timeshare you suddenly realized you can't afford.
Sweet Bonnie, you couldn't be further from the truth. I can afford the timeshare ever since I borrowed money from...
Oh.
Right. Loan sharks.
So you're about timeshare, Adventure Dan?
Swing and a miss, fellas.
Then you got our money, Adventure Dan?
Swing and a miss, fellas.
We gotta take your knees, Adventure Dan.
Really?
I'm finally getting to watch something educational.
That's my Bonnie. Well, folks, I hope you learned a thing or two today. okay? Remember, life is short, so before you inevitably get eaten by sharks, be sure to go out and live it. Explore our many oceans and 3 major continents, including Hawaii.
And never